Shalom, this is your host BG, and this is the show where we tell you the unadulterated truth, point blank, period. Shalom, and welcome back to Point Blank Period, where we tell you the unadulterated truth. Well, today we're going to be talking about the next step in getting rid of our Second Amendment, and that next step is if the 23 executive orders get signed, is the UN Small Arms Treaty. They're supposed to meet up in upcoming March, so keep your eyes out for that. Um, but the UN Small Arms Treaty is an international treaty that regulates small arms, and this includes any firearm that a civilian can own, which is your 22, your 9 millimeter, your 44, whatever, your handguns. All right. Now the purpose of this treaty is to create a universal norm of non-possession of weapons by citizens. All right, that sounds like some NWO Illuminati type world Antichrist takeover. You know what I'm saying? Where nobody has the means to protect themselves from anything. All right. So let's take a look what's in this treaty. All right. If this treaty is to get signed, there will be a national registration of all firearms. Now, when I say national, I mean global, because when you talk about the UN, you're talking about globally. All right, all right. So the next thing is that there will be import restrictions on guns, including those that are used for hunting. So I guess they want us to go back using spears and rocks and bow and arrows and everything. They don't want us to hunt sufficiently or efficiently. You know that we have the hunting rifles for is to help us get food. You know, and if a crisis happens and we don't have any way to get food, we're gonna starve. So I mean, we need to look into that. All right. And the thing that gets me is that they say that the national military and police under the UN supervision should have a monopoly of all firearms. So basically, they're going to take all the weapons from everybody and consolidate them um, under the UN. So, people, we just got to really pay attention to what's going on. All right? Keeping up with the Kardashians is not going to stop our economy from falling. Watching Tiny and T.I. is not going to stop our rights from being taken away. We need to pay attention to what's really important. All right, because they're blinding us out there. We need to wake up and open our eyes. All right. Now, the UN has a term that says a world body. All right. The world body is basically the UN and its members. All right. And what they believe is that there is no legitimate individual right to own firearms. Now, my question is who gave them the right to tell us who got the right to do what? You know, last thing I checked is that my creator name was Yahweh, and that I follow him, and that's the last thing I know. So, whatever. But y'all need to watch this. This is what these people think. All right. All right. There was a excuse me. There was an interview on the Next News Network with the NRA president David King. The interviewer was Gary Franchi. All right. So what Mr. King was talking about, he was talking about how the Small Arms Treaty was brought to President Obama in September of 2012. All right. But Obama told them that they had to wait indefinitely. But 2 hours after his acceptance speech, his administration contacted the UN so they can get that treaty on his desk as soon as possible. All right. So to me, what that means is that, this was negotiated before his election. September 2012 is before his election, and that means even before the Sandy Hook tragedy, he was planning to sign it. All right. So he even said on national TV in the year 2008 that he was not going to come for our guns. That he said that he believed in our Second Amendment. All right. Um, but he's coming after them. The 23 executive orders, and if they go through, you best believe that after he get rid of all the so-called assault rifles, that they coming for our small arms, for our handguns and everything with this UN treaty. All right. But if any of y'all don't believe me, you think I'm making this up, if you forgot, let me clog your memory with this next clip.
I don't want any misunderstanding when y'all go home and you're talking to your buddies and they say, he wants to take my gun away. You've heard it here. I'm on television, so everybody knows it. I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in people's lawful right to bear arms. I will not take your shotgun away. I will not take your rifle away. I won't take your handgun away.
Well, there you have it, folks. Straight from the horse's mouth. He said he wasn't going to take our guns, but with the 23 executive orders and the UN Small Arms Treaty, he lied. And now you see we're telling the truth, the unadulterated truth. Point blank, period.